right. So here's all that stuff so you know where you're at in your notes. Here's all that stuff about fascism, okay? And here's the Nazi stuff before Hitler. Well, we're going to start dealing with Mr. Hitler. Okay, listen. You're going to feel like we're already on World War II. Y'all, we're not. World War II doesn't start until 1939. Wait, it's the side that's bothering me. It doesn't start until 1939, but a whole bunch of like things that he did it in the 30s. He takes over in 33. So, okay. Okay. I told you already. Oh, and I pulled up a picture so you can see. I told you already. There we go. That's where I can put my big old head. The Nazi political party started before Hitler, and it started wanting nationalism, socialism, work. National Sozialistisch Deutsche Arbeiterpartei, the National Socialist German Workers' Party. They are campaigning in the government. Okay, they're trying to get votes in the government. Not really majorly successful. Okay, but they're just a political party. That's it. And their biggest push is wanting to become socialist and wanting to create jobs. I mean, what's wrong with that? Don't you want your sweet little babies, your future, to have jobs? Okay, guys, that's Adolf Hitler. I think I think it's easier for us as humans to think of people as being all good or all bad. Well, Superman's perfect all the time, so he's the good guy. You know what I mean? But that's not how human beings are. That's little baby Hitler. And I want little baby Hitler to be like the ugliest thing ever. But he's really kind of cute as a little baby. And little baby Hitler's mom never held little baby Hitler and said, "Oh, you're going to kill so many people." Yes, you are. Because nobody expects that. It's really sad if you think about it. Little baby Hitler could have been anything. And he becomes like awful, racist, evil thing. It's really kind of sad. But Hitler is actually Austrian. Okay, remember, I've told you before, the Austrians are a Germanic people. They're the same people group. Guys, I've been to Germany and Austria twice. And when I went to Germany, it was the same language as in Austria, except in Bavaria. That's weird. It's the same German. I mean, a few words are a little bit different, just like dialects here in America, but it's the same basic language. They're the same people group. Okay. Well, I don't remember the reason. There was some reason that, like, the Austrian military wouldn't take Hitler or something. I don't remember. But Hitler ends up joining the military for Germany, okay, in World War One. Hitler is in this picture. This is a World War One picture. This is his, like, I don't know, his group, his platoon, his whatever it's called. I guess I should move my big old head. And see, in class, have you guys guess Which one is Hitler? Is this one Hitler? Or is this one? Maybe this one? Or maybe this one? No, poor doggy. Or maybe this guy? Which one do you think is Hitler? Or maybe this one? Maybe this one? Or maybe this one? He's in this picture too. Oh, he's this one, right? Or this one? Or that one? Hmm. How about the one with the big X over his head? Yeah, like, wait, where's the X? No way. Nobody ever notices the X. This is Hitler right here. This is Hitler right here in World War One. I already mentioned to you in World War One, his like I don't know main job or whatever was like messenger. He would run across from trench to trench and stuff. He had some run-ins with poison gas. In fact, when the war ended, he was in a like a hospital, like a one of those makeshift war hospitals, being treated for I think mushroom. I think mustard gas, not mushroom, but I could be wrong on the gas. But being treated for gas, um, mushroom gas. Ay, the things that come out of my mouth sometimes. Um, he also had a run-in with a British soldier who almost killed him. The story is that this British soldier, something happens or something, a grenade or a mine or something, and this British soldier and Hitler are like face to face. Well, Hitler isn't armed. This British soldiers. And he puts his gun down. Hitler's not armed, so it was dishonorable to shoot him. Ah! What if that guy had shot him? Well, we wouldn't have this to deal with. Ay. Hitler has, I kid you not, so many near death experiences. It's just crazy. It's crazy. And what if he had been shot right then? I mean, can you imagine being that poor British guy who, as Hitler like becomes der Führer of Germany, he's like, I recognize that guy. Why do I know that guy? That was the guy I almost shot. Oh crap. Oh crap. It's my fault. He's alive. Can you imagine that? It's crazy. Crazy. Well, Hitler is in Munich. It doesn't matter. South Germany, a city in southern Germany, after World War One. Okay, and Munich is a big like Nazi, I don't know, headquarters type place. There's a lot of Nazi political party stuff going on there. Um, Hitler goes to one of these parties, and he likes what he hears. And he's like, I want to join this political party. Hitler had some little jobs after World War One. Nothing major, just like some jobs here and there. But he, just like everybody else, was mostly out of work. Okay, fairly quickly, he works his way up to be der Führer of the Nazi political party. Here it is, der Führer. Now, in actuality, there's two dots. They're called umlauts over the U. I can't do that on here. I guess I can somehow. I just don't know how. But when you see the word, there's two dots on top of the U. Okay. But he becomes der Führer of the Nazi Party. Der Führer just means leader, just like in Italian, il duce meant leader. Okay. He becomes the leader of the political party, and that is when the ideology of the Nazi political party starts to shift. When Hitler gets control of it, it becomes the evil thing that we think of, evil racist thing. Okay. That being said, they want to get voted into power, the Nazi political party. But doing it legally, they're finding it too hard. They're not getting voted into power. Most people aren't voting them because socialism is too close to communism. And they're like, no, 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 thanks. Don't forget the dogs. Sorry. So anyway, they're like, no, no, no. That's the biggest reason. There's other reasons too. A lot of people saw them as like a lot of the I don't know, established Germanic peoples saw them as like unruly. They saw them as I don't know, just this is just like a group of bar drunken dudes, that kind of thing. Typically, the Nazis tended to be lower middle class. Hey, you guys! Hi. They tended to be lower middle class or like poor. So there were some other issues, but they weren't being voted in. Okay. So under Hitler, they just decide they're going to take over. They just plot to take over the government of Germany. What is it called when you plot to take over your government? Hmm. What is the punishment for that? Hmm. Well, it's called the beer hall putsch. And what happens here, I think it's 17. I think it's 1927. I didn't put the date, I guess. I think it's 1927. Let me double check. Oh, that's still uploading. Oh, I was way off on my dates, you guys. 23. Whoa. You like it when I'm like wrong, don't you? I can't believe I was so far off. Well, okay. 1923. But the plan, hold on. Maybe that's what I was thinking. Okay. I was looking to see Hitler's dates in jail. Spoiler alert, 1923. Maybe that's what it was. Okay, so anyway. Okay, so apparently the beer hall putsch is 1923, 19 not 1927. Regardless, they decide that they are just going to take over the government, the Weimar Republic. They're going to kick it out and just take it over with their own leaders. Well, there's this big old riot. Guns get fired. Oh, it's just crazy. And Hitler and other people get arrested. This is like attempted treason. Okay? And Hitler is sentenced to jail for a while. He's in prison for about 5 years for attempted treason. Isn't the punishment for treason usually death? Yeah. Hitler just missed another chance at death. Darn it. Attempted treason, 5 years. Um, when I was in my college class about this, my professor said, and my professor, by the way, who taught this class was German. And he was like really old, and he was alive during this time. And he was a kid. I mean, he didn't know anything, but he said that he like his I don't know, his opinion about the situation was because it was attempted. They didn't actually do it. They were talking about it. Maybe that's why he only got 5 years. I don't know. But regardless, Hitler will go to jail for 5 years. Okay. What do you do in jail? A lot of nothing. So Hitler decides to write a book. His memoirs. Um, his book is called Mein Kampf. Here, I was about to change the page, but I'll go ahead and leave it here for a second so you can see the word. Mein, my, uh, das ist mein phone. This is mine. And then Kampf, struggle. It's a pain. It's something you struggle with. Mein Kampf, my struggle. Poor Hitler. Don't you feel sorry for him and all of his struggles? Yeah, I don't either. Um, this right here is a picture of his book. Yeah, you can still get this today. I've had kids ask. I don't think it's because they want to read it. I think they're just curious. I will say, I had to read pieces of it in my Rise to Nazi Germany class. And there's this whole story. Oh my gosh, I didn't want to buy it. I don't want to buy Hitler's book. Remind me to tell you in class one day because it's a long story and I don't want to waste time here. Um, we'll waste time in class, right? But I really didn't want to buy this book. I had to go up and like get this book. It's a racist book. It's Adolf Hitler's book. Who wants to buy this book? Anyway, this book. Oh, I think I have a picture of Hitler. Yeah, this is his book, signed. It's not mine, you freaks. I don't even own this book, but I just thought it was interesting. Okay, so basically, Mein Kampf is his ideological beliefs, what he believes, and what he wants to do. It's like a to do list. Did I do this? Check. Do I want to do this? Check, check. If somebody writes a book about how they want to kill all these people and stuff and explains why and everything, do you think they're really going to do it? Because another question that I get asked every year by kids, see, I just start answering these questions now. If his book is out there, how does he even make it to the government? Nobody believed him. I'm a 7-year old and I write a poem about how I wish I was a butterfly. Okay, well, I'm not really going to turn into a butterfly. Or just recently, I was talking to my mother about how I should just quit teaching and I should just open up like a paint type studio and I should just play whatever music I want. And my sister-in-law can cook because she's like a chef type person. And my brother and my dad can deal with like all the business crap and I can just paint and it can be like this cool place. So, like people come and students can come after school and they have like this cool place with my music like, rah, 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 like blaring and stuff. And it's like a paint place or art place, or like we have big tables, so like if you have a project that you have to do for class and you have to make another diorama again for English class, or a poster again for Spanish class or whatever, you can come and hang out here and do your stuff and be awesome. Like, I made all these plans. Am I really going to do it? No. Hitler writes this book, people read it. In fact, in Germany, like, Hitler would send it to people like whenever they got married. You got a gift from Adolf Hitler. Oh, it's his book. Yay. Okay. People had to read this in Germany. Foreign dignitaries read this. Winston Churchill, the Prime Minister of England during World War II, read this and was horrified by it. But the other Prime Minister at this time, Neville Chamberlain, didn't think any of it was going to happen. He's like, huh, that's just the ramblings of a guy who's in prison and mad. Do you ever say things or write things that you don't really mean, you're just ticked off? Yeah, how many texts do you wish you could take back from people? How many posts or comments on posts do you wish you could take back? We've all done that. You're mad and you write something that you wish you could take back. That's what a lot of people thought. Well, this guy was in jail and he's just mad at the world. No, he meant it, guys. So here's the thing. What the crap is it that this thing says? What is it that he means? Well, I'm glad you asked. Hitler's ideology. First of all, Hitler talks about the fact that the Germanic peoples are actually Aryans, a master race, kind of demigod-ish. What's a demigod? Well, half man, half god. Okay, it's not that he really says, hey, we're half man, half god, but it's definitely implied. This word right here, we actually talked about the Aryans last semester whenever we dealt with India and the caste system. Do you remember? The Aryans were the people who invaded India and like basically took over. Hitler did believe that the Germanic peoples and the Aryans who invaded India were originally the same group of people. Today we know they are not. Not at all the same people group. Okay? In his defense, which I won't say often, they didn't know that kind of stuff back then. Okay, he thought it was real or true, whatever. Okay, but he does believe that the Germanic people, who he calls the Aryan race, are this master race of people who the gods want to take over again. Okay, how do we do that? Well, we need room. We need space to take over. We need Lebensraum. Lebensraum. Leben, to live. Ich lebe. I live. Okay. Leben is to live. Raum is space. All right. Give me space. Give me mehr Raum. Give me some space. Okay. Living space basically means we need more room in Germany here. We need more room. We need all these people who aren't Aryan, that means German, to get out so that we can spread out because we don't have enough space. Guys, part of this is coming from the end of World War I and the Treaty of Versailles. The Treaty of Versailles cut Germany, cut a big chunk of Germany off. I don't know. Okay, good. Here. Germany used to go out like this. Do you remember? Okay. But see, they got it cut off and now we have Poland. All right. So they want their old Germanic land back. Hitler also wants. This piece right here that used to be part of Germany, it's part of Czechoslovakia at this point, it was called the Sudetenland. He also wants this little piece here, part of France, that used to be part of Germany. It was called the Rhineland. He also wants ein Momente. See this right here? Germany? Who wants everything east of Germany? In the north. He wants living space. Lebensraum. Poland, all of this, all of Russia, all of Czechoslovakia, Romania, all of this to the east. Those people need to be moved. This is German land. What Hitler is trying to do is take over everything east of Germany, including Russia, but not the south. Okay, look. Japan is trying to create a Pacific empire, which would include China. So, all of this. Hitler doesn't want China. So, Japan taking China, cool, take it. I don't want it. He wants Russia and Eastern Europe to be for the Germans. This master race of Aryans. He also isn't overly concerned about South. Oh, I'm sorry. About West Europe. Yet. I told you already, a long time ago. The Germanic peoples originally came from up here somewhere. They were Indo-Europeans. I know, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't remember this. This is like the first thing we talked about in like August, you guys. They're from up here somewhere. The Aryans, when they invaded, they came south. But the Germanic peoples, when they invaded Europe, they came this way to invade Rome. And they settled Europe. See, in Scandinavia, I'm sitting on my shirt again. Ugh. Ugh. In Scandinavia, up here, Vikings, they're Germanic. The Russians, the Rus, are a mix of Slavs who live in here and Germanic peoples, Vikings. The English, the Irish, the Scottish, they're all different, mostly Germanic tribal peoples. The Angles, the Saxons, the Celts, the Picts, the Welsh, the oh my gosh, I can't even think. Okay. The French are Germanic, the Franks, the Goths, the Ostrogoths who settled Italy and mixed with the Romans, the Visigoths who settled here and then mixed with the Romans, well, Latins, and then later the Muslims. He's not overly concerned about focusing on the West because those are already Germanic peoples. Now, the reason he's going to start having problems with them and fighting with them is because he realizes, oh, they're not with me. That's going to be why he's going to like get mad at us too. He's like, America, you're not with me? Nope. Okay. But he wants to create an all German empire in the East, which would include Russia. If it's an all German empire, then that means we got to get rid of everybody that isn't Germanic. Okay? That means any of these Slavic peoples living in here. That means the Poles. That means the Czechs, the Hungarians, the Romani. Oh, I'm sorry, the Romanians. The Romani are up here, the Gypsies. Okay? Any of these people down here, not Germanic. That means we got to get rid of most of Russia. That's where the Holocaust is going to come in. The purpose of World War II, what Hitler's trying to do, it's not just to kill Jews. It's to create an all German empire in Europe, which would include Russia. The way by which he's going to do that, German only, means we get rid of everybody that isn't German. Well, as he starts moving east, he's going to run into the Poles first, right? Or the Czechs first, right? Because he's moving east. Except there's a whole group of people in his own country first that are not Germanic. The Jews. Are they Germanic? If they've been living in Germany since, let me pause this. I have a school meeting and I think the time just got changed. Okay, sorry. Remember, I'm doing this in June, and so it's like a meeting about how we're all coming back in August, which is so weird to you probably because you're watching this way after. It's just probably weird, whatever. Okay, so he has to get rid of the people that are not German in his own country first. So that's really where the Holocaust kind of gets going. Okay, it's going to start here with getting rid of with getting rid of Jews and any other foreigners in Germany. Then he moves into Czechoslovakia and Poland, and we got to get rid of Poles and Czechs and Romani and Slavs and Jews again. Oh yeah, and anybody who goes against him. So that is where the Holocaust is going to come in. Okay. Do you understand what Hitler's purpose is? What he's trying to do? Again, it's not just I just want to kill a bunch of people. Kids are always like, what did he have against the Jews? Wasn't he half Jew? It's not that. Although was he totally racist? Yeah. But it's not that. It's that he wants to create an all German empire. Everybody who isn't German has got to go. Again, fascism is extreme nationalism. If you aren't German, get out. In fact, if you aren't German, you don't deserve to be on this earth. That's the mindset. That's the idea. Are you with me? I don't have a clue how long this video is. I've got to start remembering when I start these things. That's probably all I'm going to have time to deal with in a class period. I just don't know how long this is. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this. It's hard because there's so much conversation that we always have. But yeah, we'll deal with what he does. And then the Jews. Okay, we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this. I don't know how long it is.